welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda and we are here with Sketchbook Chat. The drawings that I'm drawing today are absolutely terrible, but I just thought I would give you something to look at while we talk about the subject that I want to talk about today, which is art block. If you want to hear more about the drawings that I'm actually drawing, then you can watch yesterday's video, which is Sketchbook Summer, and I talk a bit more about the actual drawings themselves in that video. So this is basically just talking about art block, because I know that there's this big debate about whether art block is a thing, and I just want to say my 2 cents on it, I guess. So the meaning of block is that something is blocking you from doing something. There is something physically or mentally blocking you from getting to a thing. So when you apply it to art, it means that you're making an excuse to say that you can't do something, in my opinion. Is there a big boulder on top of your sketchbook that you can't move? Or is your art supplies in a safe that you don't have the combination for? Probably not. But if there is, get a crane to lift the boulder or hire a safe specialist to break it open. My point is that yes, there are many reasons why you might feel like you have art block, but there is always a way around it. Say you sit down in front of your sketchbook or paper and you stare at it for a long time but nothing comes. That's not art block, that's just not being able to come up with something to draw. I've talked about this in the past and I'll link a video down below, but to make it understandable for the topic, I'll skim over it quickly. There is always something to draw. If you have no imaginative ideas, then you need to go and search for them. Look through past sketchbooks, turn a sketch into a concept, draw a thing that you've already drawn years ago to make it better, to see your improvements. Look at all the pictures you have saved to Pinterest or your computer for inspiration and go back to studies. Make yourself draw something that you know you need to improve or that you've never drawn before. There's always something to draw. Okay, so yeah, there may be days when you just don't feel like it, but that's a lame excuse. If you want to improve or even make art for a living and you don't feel like drawing, it's not a valid excuse not to do it. You wouldn't call up your boss and say that I'm not coming in today because I just don't feel like it. So don't tell yourself that when it comes to art. Try and see art as a job, in a sense, but not too much, because you might not want to do it anymore. It's a hobby that you enjoy, and if you want to make it a living, then you have to see it as a job, because otherwise you are never going to get anything done because you just don't feel like it. I actually think that some guy just made up the term art block because he was lazy or moping around and wanted to make a valid excuse to validate him or her not to do it. If you feel like you have art block, I think that you are needing to create ways to stop it from happening. Keep ideas written down, sketch in sketchbooks as much as you can, take pictures when you're out and about, save pictures and colour swatches on Pinterest regularly. That way you will build up a huge library of inspiration, ideas and concepts that will make you just go do it. You need to push yourself as much as possible and keep learning and growing. So there's nothing, unless physically or mentally sick, that will stop you from doing art. It's not art block. You're allowed to take a break when you have been drawing for a long time or a lot and you're sick of the art you're working on. You're mentally or physically sore, hurting from it. That's fine. But don't say it's art block, because it's not. You're just needing to take a break, walk about for a bit, go and have a snack, drink some juice, do something to take your mind off it and come back. And when you come back, you will most likely make your art even better than it would have been if you sat at it for hours anyway. If you're going through something at home or work, it doesn't really matter about that. Channel your things, your issues, into your artwork. Otherwise, you will never get it done. Just think about it. You could spend days and days moping around about something that's happening in your life, or you could create beautiful and emotional artwork to help you relieve the stress from that, as well as continuing your work and improving your art. You can't allow yourself to have art block, because again, you'll never get it done. And if you think that you constantly have art block and can never get into drawing or on a regular basis, then you probably don't really like art as much as you thought you did, and should find something else to do that makes you happy. Because you don't want to be doing something that doesn't make you happy, right? You just need to find something that sets you free, and if art doesn't do that for you, then you shouldn't be doing it. I don't think I've ever had art block in my life. I have had, well, one, because it doesn't exist, but two, because I've had days where I don't want to draw, or days where I feel discouraged about my drawings and don't really want to feel even more discouraged, so I avoid it. I've had days where I just don't feel like well enough to sit up straight and hold the pencil. I've had days where I just want to hang out with my friends, or go somewhere, or do something with somebody else, or something else. I have never felt like I have sat in front of a page and thought, this is art block, I'm blocked from doing this. There is nothing blocking you from doing the artwork apart from yourself. And you need to kind of break loose a little bit. Just set yourself free from the imaginary art block. Now, a lot of people will argue and say, no, there is some sort of like mental thing that just, it's like an invisible barrier that's stopping you from doing the art. I suggest you find out what that is and try and combat it, because there's always a way to stop things that you don't want to be happening. Nobody wants to have this so-called art block, so why would you let it happen? Just find a way to combat it. And I think that that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like, I can't say it's a thing. I don't understand the people that go through it. Everything that I've heard people say about art block just leads to all of the other things that I just told you. That they are, they don't have enough inspiration, or they're not trying hard enough, or there's just something else that's easily combated to just stop the art block, or the so-called art block. And there's plenty of things that you can do to help yourself, and I hope that you guys will do that. I just hope that you got something out of this. I know this topic is talked about a lot, but it's still a confusing subject apparently for artists. They still believe it's a thing, even after that whole Bailey J shenanigans, and I probably should have made a video about it then, but I just didn't really care, because I just thought art block isn't a thing. She went about it the wrong way, I think, but other than that, everything that she said in that video rings true, and I'll link it in the description below so you can go and watch that about art block as well. But I think I said pretty much everything that I was feeling about art block, and that would hopefully help you guys. So yeah, I'm going to be doing videos about finding inspiration and doing all of the things that I mentioned in the video soon, probably on Sketchbook chat. So I hope that you guys have an awesome week, and remember there's a video coming up tomorrow as well if you guys are interested. Comment below, tell me what you think about art block. Is it a thing? Is it not a thing? And share the video, turn the notification bell on, all that fun stuff. I will see you next time in my next video. Bye guys.